Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry-Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in to the Jerry-Royce Show, and welcome to Positive Power 21. I am the voice of Jerry-Royce, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power 21. And today's Power 21 Gold Corporate sponsor, and because they like this artist so much, I was able to pick up a few extra sponsors. She must be I can't even say that word. Well, I won't say it. Well, anyway, my sponsors today are the careerimage.com, which is actually www.career-image.com, the resume guy. And if you have a raggedy resume, please give them a call. You wonder why you can't get that job? Well, you got to get the interview first. So straighten out that resume and call the resume guy. His name is Reggie. Also, we have fasttechsolutions.net for your internet needs. We have REI Heritage Tours out in Cambridge, Maryland. A big conference is coming on the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad. I think it's actually her anniversary this year. So I'm not going to just throw a number and guess. But if you want to find out more information, call Royce Sampson at 410-820-8350. That's 410-820-8350. And they're preparing for a big conference on June 14th and 15th. And Positive Power actually is supposed to be there. But I'm just not sure about going out there on June 13th. Is that June 13th? Yeah, on June 13th. All right. And let's not forget about our Book Divas on tour. We have Qiana Rae of True Colors Trilogy, Sandra B. Swangin. Let Me Just Say This. She's part of Intrigue Publishing. And Dee Lawrence, self-publisher. She has a book called Gotta Let It Go. All right, so those are our sponsors for today, and don't forget to go out to Positive Power 21 and pick up Lori Williams' CDs. She's a jazz vocalist out in the D.C. area. You probably heard of her. She's been receiving all kinds of awards with her school because she's actually a school teacher and doing very well. I'm very proud of her. So check out the CDs on positivepower21.org. Okay, next on my show, very special guest. She's rocking the erotica world. Her name is Qiana Rae, and she's the author of a new release book called Jordyn, Risque Behavior, just for release. Her book was released on March 13th? Well, we'll check back with, here we go. I have it right here. What I'm doing. March 17th, she just released Jordyn, Risque Behavior. And again, that's Qiana Rae. And let's read her bio real quick. Now, I just told her she had a lot written on her bio. She must be very important. All right, Qiana Rae was born in Gary, Indiana, to a two-parent household in which she saw and experienced more than most kids could handle. Later on during her childhood, her parents divorced, and she had a hard time adapting, putting a lot of her feelings to paper. During this time, she found that writing was her passion, and no matter what was going on around her, this put her in an entirely different state of mind, making her feel more both complete and content. She began writing short stories, poems at the age of 9, and continued to do so throughout her teenage and adolescent years. Although Qiana Rae didn't have the most conventional childhood, she never let that hinder her from doing anything she knew she was capable of. She used what she learned during those trying years as motivation to pursue everything she wished to do in life and provided a better life for her and her family. After several years of writing, never thinking of publishing her work, she finally decided to step out in the public eye and allow others besides herself to enjoy her talent. She published her first book, Tempted, in September of 2012. And soon after, she published a sequel called Repercussions in February 2013. And after realizing how much the public enjoyed her work, she decided to continue publishing her works and would soon be on the road to becoming a well-known erotica fiction author. And again, the name of that book is called Jordyn, Risque Behavior. And welcome to the show, Qiana. How you doing tonight?
Thank you. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic and so happy to have you on your show. And you kind of caught me by surprise because I did not know that you was a erotica writer. I thought you was like a urban lit. I was really surprised. I mean, your covers are friendly.
Yeah. There's a little urban lit in there, but mostly erotica. I put myself in erotica fiction.
All right, good. Okay, I'm gonna have the pleasure of reading that. So I'm definitely gonna be checking you out. Now, before we get started, I know that we don't know all about you. I know you couldn't get everything in there. I did read more than I thought I was gonna read. For some reason, my old eyes was able to pick up that purple writing that you have on your website. See, some of the people slick and they gray everything out, but yours was so easy to read. And I really thank you for that. So please tell my audience a little bit more about yourself.
Well, you said it mostly in my bio. I started writing at a very young age, and I never thought to publish my books. A lot of people told me I should publish when I was younger. But, things happen. You start doing other things, having kids, raising a family. So back in 2012, I decided to go ahead and publish after my uncle actually published a book through a self-publishing company. And he gave me some good thoughts and ideas about them, so I went ahead and tried them, and they did good for me for the first 2 books, but this last book I decided to publish myself without using a self-publishing company. So this book, it was a lot of work, but it was well worth it at the end.
Wow. So you said a lot of work. What you mean it was a lot of work?
Oh, it was just tedious. With the self-publishing company, you basically submit your manuscript. They look over it, send you suggestions of what you may want to change. They put the cover together. They basically do a lot of work besides writing the book. So I had to do the little tedious things like getting the ISBN number for my book and just things that a lot of people don't see the ins and outs of. But when you're actually doing everything on your own, you see everything that has to go into a book, including page numbers, formatting, everything that the self-publishing company would actually do for you. I did it.
Wow. Yeah, I know I used to be in that business. And I remember it could get frustrating with those guys. And we had a lot of battles.
I had a lot of long nights.
I bet you did. Yes, I'm glad I'm not in that business any longer. But it was a very profitable business. I mean, you met a lot of great people, and you got a chance to see their dreams become reality. So that was the best part of the whole job. Best part. But it got kind of rough when you're taking on like 10 clients a month. It's really hard.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you're not trying to rob everybody. You're trying to get your, the value of what your talent is worth, but at the same time, a lot of people just don't have that kind of money to pay you what you really think you're worth, But we appreciate helping these people out. All right, so we got a little background now. You told me earlier you have children.
Yes, I have an 11-year-old girl and 13-year-old boy.
Oh boy, so I know you saying some stuff going around there. Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I have an 11-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter.
Really?
Yeah, but you just don't know. You just don't know. When I close that door and hit my studio, it's like I'm in a new world. But they good kids, though. They smart, and, we try to keep them busy, But they just,
right, exactly. Kids, sports, and as long as you keep the grades up, so they make me proud.
Right. That's right. All right. That sounds good. All right. So now you're in the erotica world, but you said your style is a little kind of urban. So when you say that, what you mean? It's a little mixture?
It's a little mixture, yes. A lot of people, when they think erotica, it's all about sex, but it's not. I have a lot of good storylines, stuff that people deal with on an everyday basis, such as drugs, gangbanging, adultery, fornication. We deal with abuse. There's a lot of things that people deal with, and I think my books are very entertaining. And everyone who reads them, they say most of them read them in a day. They can't. Once they start, they can't put it down.
Yeah. Wow. Now,
but they're very interesting.
Now I'm out here on Amazon, And you do have paperbacks and you have the Kindle. Okay, that's amazing because a lot of publishers are actually just going straight ebooks now. I mean, they're only doing paperbacks if the author's like I guess like the top 40 of Amazon.
Mhm.
So
I decided to still do paperbacks because I still have a lot of fans that haven't converted over to Kindle yet. They refuse to. They like to actually hold a book, so I still do the paperbacks. And with me doing it on my own, it's not real expensive to do the paperback, so as long as I can do that without it being real expensive, then now if I was still going through the self-publishing company, they are kind of expensive, so maybe I would have just done the ebooks, but doing it myself, it's a whole lot cheaper. So
when you say doing it yourself, what you mean?
Basically, like I told you, the steps that I took to put the entire book together myself, I do it through Amazon. They have what they call, I can't even think of the name of it now.
Like a press? They have a press?
Yeah, print on demand. So you just submit all your materials, book cover, and when people order, they basically print the book.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I know a guy that Black Classic
Create Space.
Create
Space, that's what it's called.
Yeah, okay. So that was my my previous guest was using them, but she didn't tell me it was Amazon because I never heard of Create Space until today.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Somebody did mention they do print on demand. But that process has been around for a really long time. But a lot of the companies that were doing, they're not around any longer. And then some of them do that. They actually do their own books. They don't do other books. So it's like you said, it's print on demand. As soon as the orders come in, they just run it. That is great. So the cost is probably there. So they're benefiting just as well. Good. Glad you were able to share that with our audience. Okay. Amazon doing everything now.
They are, and I went through Amazon I submitted the Kindle version the same way. Once I did the Create Space version, they used the same file, and then they converted to the ebook for you. So it's really convenient. I like it.
Yeah, see, that is.
And actually, another author who did some writing with 50 Cent, I talked to him time to time, and he actually turned me on to that.
Okay, good. Now, I guess the benefit of that now is you're actually running your own publishing company. Do you have a name for your company?
I do. I call it Princess of Erotica Books because I call myself Princess of Erotica.
All right.
Zane was Queen of Erotica, so and I look up to Zane. That's why I started writing erotica.
Good.
But Princess Erotica Books, I haven't started publishing other writers yet, but I do plan to in the near future.
So you're going to be doing the editing, or you're going to have a house of editors working for you?
No, I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it? You're going to take on that beast, huh?
I set high goals for myself.
I hear you.
I set a goal to have my next book out by June 30th.
All right. So look, now Jordyn was just released, so let's check out a few of your reviews here. Let's see what they're saying.
Okay.
All right, we'll click on a few of them here. I guess you're going to open up. All right, see, I think it's 6 of them out here on Jordyn, Risque Behavior by Qiana Rae. Now, this book was released March 15th. Repercussion was released in, what was it? Well, okay, it opened up.
That was February of 2013.
So you're doing like one book a year?
Actually, I did Tempted. That one came out September of 2012, and Repercussions came out February of 2013. So that was just a few months difference.
Okay.
But Jordyn was like a year later.
All right, good. All right, we're going to read the customer reviews on Jordyn, Risque Behavior. And this one is from, I guess, one of your fans. This was a Kindle edition. She said, if you are looking for a good read that's different from other novels, this is the one for you. Qiana Rae did it again. Oh, so she must be a regular.
Yeah, I have quite a few that are regulars.
Yeah, that's the meter. And then we have an avid reader. This person must read all the time, looking for new authors to check out. This was a great book. The plot held my interest throughout, and there were so many unpredictable twists and turns. I didn't want to end. I couldn't wait to finish. Jordyn was a very complex character. Whoa, so okay, you want to tell me about Jordyn after I read this one more. I'm gonna read one more. All right, this is Michael, I guess that's what her name is. Off the chain, she starts out with 3 exclamation marks. She read it in 2 days. Qiana never fails us with her books and the way they keep your attention. Wow, they just love you. Wow. Somebody said the book was mind-blowing. She just couldn't put it down. So that means I'm going to have to take off a day. If I start the book at night, that means I'm going to have to take off a day from work because I'm not going to want to put it down.
Yes.
Now, it looks like the average reader, and I guess these are pretty fast readers, they're finishing the book in 2 days. How many pages are we looking
at? Jordyn, I believe, is around 285 pages.
Wow. The book, the paperback version? Oh, gosh, it's going to take me a week. I'm a slow reader.
It won't take you a week. If you're interested, you can't put it down.
Well, okay. If I read it on my computer, my Kindle file, because I have a tablet I carry in my pocket, and my phone, I could get through it because I kind of pick things up. I'll start, put it down, read a couple chapters, come back to it. Now, how long are your chapters?
You know what? I can't really say how long. I haven't looked through the Kindle version to see how long the chapters are in the actual Kindle version.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you.
All right. All right. Now, you I guess you wrote this. The Princess of Erotica has outdone herself once again. Jordyn will have you on the edge of your seat, wanting more and more. So is Jordyn? Is she real hot? Is she hot?
Jordyn is hot. Jordyn, though, she has a lot of issues. She grew up with a lot of issues dealing with things in her household with her mom and her dad. And now she's in her early 20s, and she is a prostitute.
Oh. Okay, so she takes on everybody.
And she's content with that lifestyle, but she meets a guy who tries to take her out of that lifestyle. So that becomes kind of a complex situation for her because she's been doing it for so long, living a certain way.
Yeah, you hear about that. That's true because I remember HBO was carrying a series on I forgot the name of that show, but a lot of the guys really wanted to take them off the street, but they just couldn't do it. You know, they like their fast money.
When you get used to a certain lifestyle, it's hard, just like strippers. Yeah. They get used to that lifestyle, that fast money, and
that's right. Paid on as soon as you finish the job, the money's right there in your hand.
Right.
No employer's gonna pay you like that. No, just the pimps pay you like that. And the drug dealers, yeah. So Jordyn is something else. So she takes on all races, ages, and statures. She doesn't care. It's all about the green stuff for her.
Right. She has some goals. She wants some things she wants to do, and she's saving up for those things, and she has that in her mind, and that's it.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check this one out. Now, what made you decide to write a book like this, a character like Jordyn? What intrigued you?
You know what? People keep asking me that because I stepped out of the box with that one. But it's like when things just come sometimes in my sleep. I keep a notepad. My husband laughs at me because I keep a notepad and a pen next to my bed on my nightstand because I wake up in the middle of the night with thoughts in my head and I have to jot down notes so I don't forget by the morning. And these thoughts just come to me that this is what I'm going to write about. I don't have a plot in mind. I don't make an outline. I just start writing. When I started writing Jordyn, all I knew was I'm going to write this book about this woman that's a prostitute. I didn't know where I was going with it, but the thoughts start flowing, and I just write day by day, and whatever comes to me, that's what goes in the book. That's the way. My mind works in mysterious ways. But at the end, it ends up being good.
Because I'm going to tell you, I have a good friend named Austin Camacho, and he tells me, because he writes about international espionage and all that spy stuff and detective mystery, that most of his stuff take place in Washington, D.C., so he can just walk out his door and do his research. Now, how are you doing your research?
I Google a lot. When I'm writing and I get to a subject matter that I don't have a lot of info on or, just know a lot about, I Google and I research it, and that helps me along in my books.
All right. Now,
I'm Google Queen. And with this book, Jordyn, I had to Google a whole lot.
Whoa, a lot of Googling, huh? Now, somebody, now, are you working for a living?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so if you was up for a promotion, and your boss looked you up, is he going to say, wow, what is she looking at? Because sometimes I think, you put a person's name and a whole bunch of stuff will come up what they're looking at. Google works like that. So what's going to happen? What is the boss going to say about Qiana Rae?
Well, Rae really isn't my last name, so if they look me up by my real name, probably nothing will come up.
Okay. Yeah, you playing it safe like me. Okay, gotcha. All right, my next question is, everybody's telling me that they have model calls and, they pick their own models. They responsible for their own book cover, which I know you are because you're the boss. Where are you getting your models from? Beautiful people.
I don't have models. I go through a cover design company. Actually, you can go straight on their websites, and they have different covers, and you can basically just change them up the way you want them, put your name, put the title of your book, move it around, change the fonts, and things. They make it really simple. And then once you're done, you just save it and pay for it.
So there's no chances that you'll see your cover out there somewhere else? Yeah, that was a problem for a couple of companies years ago. I look up authors that were coming on the show, and it's like 3-4 people have the same cover.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they say there's no chance of that.
So what happens?
It's on their website.
Kill the file? So the file is yours?
Yeah, once you've bought that, it comes off of the website. No one else can purchase it.
Okay, so they understood what was going on out there. Okay.
Yeah, in their Q&A they have that. Once you've purchased that, it comes off of the website where no one else can see it or buy it.
Okay, now you think it'd ever be a time where you say, okay, I want to bring my own models in. I'm looking for different type of body types. I want to create my own set because I'm hearing some people. I know somebody who just had a model call, and she was actually asking me, to refer some guys. You think you come to a point that you'll do something like that?
I may. I mean, anything is possible. I know with my first book, when I first came out with that, I had a lot of people ask me, was I the model on the cover? I had a big issue with that.
Right. You talking about repercussions?
I had a lot of people, the first one, Tempted.
Tempted? Oh, wow.
And actually, the cover that I have now is the new cover. The first cover that I had when I was through the self-publishing company, I had a different cover with that. So I updated everything when I republished my books under my own name.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I was going to say, this girl looks a little pale in this picture here. Because I think you more like copper tone, right? You kind of the picture.
Well, I'm a medium brown.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell because you look like you shot that on an Android, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I could tell. So you didn't do the Apple thing. All right.
No.
Wow. So you're doing your thing. That is great. Now, tell us about your fans. Have you met your fans?
Actually, I haven't had any book signings, which I know I should. I don't have a lot of time working. I don't have a lot of time working full time and everything, but I run into a lot of my fans out at the grocery store, out in the mall. They'll recognize me.
Wow.
And when it first started happening, because a lot of people don't recognize you from Facebook or Instagram. I know a lot of people that I don't personally know on those sites. I would never know them in person, but everyone knows me in person. You're Qiana Rae, right? I read your book. Even at my son's track meet a couple of weeks ago, I ran into one of them, and they started going, they started talking about Jordyn and what happened in Jordyn. They can't believe this and that.
Like it's TV. But you have that kind of look that's easy to remember, though. If I saw you in a grocery store stand, are you kind of tall?
I'm almost 5'6".
5'6". Okay, that's medium height, but you have a long look. I think I would recognize you.
I'm thin, so I look taller than what I am.
You have a face that you can remember. You do. I would recognize.
Yeah, one person the first person I ran to in the grocery store, she was like, "Are you the author? Are you Qiana Rae? You look the same in person." I'm like, "What am I supposed to look like?"
Some people don't look like their pictures. But wait till people
That's
see
true, though. That's
true. They don't
true.
look the same. But I'm starting to get recognized, I think, in markets. If people look at me and they be like really smiling, being nice, and then like a student stopped me and they said, "Do I know you from somewhere, sir?" Because I'm on the web all the time. I was like, "No, I don't think you know me." Yeah, people can remember things like that. Visual people especially. But you do have a look that you can remember. All right, that is fantastic. Now, you have to get out there. Now, right now, they do have some pretty big romance book festivals. I think a really big one, RT, is coming, I think, in June. I think it's in New Orleans this year. Those are the kind of things you have to do because that's where they show up. That's where you find your fans. Now, the best part about you are doing paperback. So, something for them to pick up and sign. But I hear now people use their Kindles or their Androids to have people sign with some kind of...
Oh, really?
Yeah, some kind of app. You get your signature to sign here. I think they're on iPads or Apples or something.
I keep paperbacks with me. Yeah.
Good. So do you think is any plans maybe in the budget next year to plan it like a vacation for you and your husband?
Oh, yeah. We do that every year.
Yeah, but I'm talking about putting the book festivals in your plans.
Oh, I definitely can get it in there.
That's right. Don't you hope to one day do this full time, or you want to retire from where you're working at?
I wish I could. If I could live pretty comfortably doing that, I would. I definitely would. I talk about that all the time because I love doing it, and it's not like work to me.
Yeah, and it can happen. Now, are you following with some of the other authors that are out there doing, like listening to some of their shows, how prosperous some of them are or how poor? So what you think? What you're hearing?
Well, a lot of people say you don't make a lot of money off of writing. Some people do it, but it's really just the real big authors that can make a living off of writing. But I truly believe, it's in God's hands.
It is.
It's in God's hands.
Now, you're going to listen to some of my shows. There's some authors that are doing very, very well. So well that some of them are starting to receive gifts from their publishers because, those contracts they get are not all that concrete. They can just walk away just like how sports guys can, just like songwriters and musicians. Those contracts don't bound nobody. Now they just say you owe me 10 records or 20 books or 30. You can still give it to them. You just change your name like how Prince did, and like so many these writers, they run it right under. I think back in 2008, 2009 when I was doing podcasts, I met several romance artists that wrote under 3 to 4 pen names. They were pumping out like 5-6 books a month. So they did it full time. And even now, you go and check out some of these Facebook fan pages. There's some authors kicking out a book a week. One I think she's doing 7 this month.
And I could kick them out if I didn't have another job to go to, but I do find myself sometimes when I get into my writing mode, I'll start at 8 o'clock at night, and I'll find myself up at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's time to go to work.
That's right. Easy can happen. And they have jobs. They have other jobs. They're just working on it. A lot of them are just getting in it. It hasn't been a year for a lot of them. The ones that I'm running across is really savvy with social media. I think some of the other authors who've been around a while, they pay people to handle their social media, so they don't really communicate as honestly and engaging as the newer ones like yourself.
Right.
Because the fans now have access to your life. How you feel about that? I mean, I know you have your name, but do you feel safe? You know, you wouldn't have to worry about a guy being so obsessed with Jordyn that he looks at your picture and says, "Oh no, that's Jordyn right there. You look like a Jordyn. I got to go find her." You know, how you feel about that?
At first, I felt some type of way about it, but now I enjoy it. I enjoy being noticed out in public and talking to my fans on social media. Some of the men, they do get out of hand in my inbox, but I just don't respond.
Sometimes you just have to come off like a school teacher, say, "I'm going to smack your hand," but they might like that, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, because I try to talk to my fans. Like a lot of some authors and just like some celebrities, they don't respond to the fans, but I like to talk to them, keep them engaged, and I do, as you probably can see, I do a lot of promoting. Like I run little deals, like I'm doing the 99-cent deal on Repercussions right now for 48 hours. That ends at 8 o'clock in the morning. So that gives people a chance to get the Kindle version for 99 cents. Yeah,
that's right. I'm going to get that book. Wow, good. Now, speaking of celebrities, I don't like when they do that, but I have somebody followed me on Twitter that had Oprah's face on there, and they call themselves Oprah's Quotes. Now, is that one of her staff people? Is that really Oprah, or is that some fan
right,
of her?
You never know.
Yeah, I was like, that's just not fair when they do that. And I think that should be illegal. That'd be just like somebody take my face and be putting it out there, call it jerry-royce Twitter or something. And people now they think
but anybody can do it. It's crazy because anybody can do it.
That should be plagiarism more than anything else is out there. Because everybody's copying people's stuff on their website. As long as they put your name on there, it's like they can put your face, name the website after you. Because your website is called Author Qiana Rae. Suppose they just came up with a website called QianaRae.com. Your picture on there. They blogging your fan people. Look, selling your books on their website because they can do that through Amazon, right?
Right.
Because I'm going to be selling some books, some Qiana Rae books.
I noticed a lot of people on Instagram. They're book dealers. They sell a lot of books.
Yep. That's what we do. You sell books. And I haven't really been turned up Instagram. How you feel about Instagram? You have to spend a lot of time with Instagram. How you feel about it?
I like it. It took me some time to get used to it. I just actually started using Twitter. That's what I can't get used to.
Yeah.
I don't too much care for Twitter. You get followers. It's like a game. They follow you, then they unfollow you, then I don't like that.
Yeah. Okay, so some people do unfollowing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, why do you think?
Yeah, my numbers change daily.
Oh really? Wow. So probably because I guess we have to find out why.
Right. I don't know. It's only Twitter that happens on. My Instagram is pretty consistent. I have about 7,500 followers on there. But good. Twitter, I just can't get with.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing about Twitter. See, you never know who these people are. They could be maybe like some real obsessed Christian person. They, oh my gosh, she's an erotica writer.
I had an issue with one of those the other night. We went back and forth for about an hour.
And so what went on?
He was angry about me writing erotica, and he said, haven't we had enough of this? I said, enough of what? Enough of women going through this. And I just can't follow you because you're an erotica writer. I said, okay, thank you. That's okay. God bless you.
Yeah,
And he kept going on and on until I just had to stop responding, and he was still going on and on.
He was lonely, you know.
I don't know. And
Wow.
he ended with saying he would be happy to follow me if I began to understand.
He's probably, and look, who knows what's in his closet.
Right. Never judge anyone.
That's right.
Don't
All right,
judge.
we about to move in another direction.
Okay.
Oh, hey, I gotta before I start that. Do you have anything you can read tonight?
I do.
Okay.
You caught me off guard.
Yeah, I meant to. See, I was trying to get in contact with you earlier, but you know, my attempts failed. Starting at 6:00 Eastern Standard Time.
And then you tried Twitter, and I told you I don't too much care for Twitter. So
Yeah. And that's where we met you, though. That's where we met you at first.
Yeah, but I was kind of new to Twitter, just trying it again. I had tried a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
But,
I heard it changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's where most of the heavy marketing is being done right now. You know, but you made a good point though. Instagram is definitely going to be a new focus for us too, because I do like the way that flows. But like you said, you have to. I mean, if you're a real visual person, you do have to spend some time with it, and you know, we moving in that direction. You know, we looking at developing some new artwork and you know, do some fun things for the authors, especially like for you. You have very nice book covers, very tasteful. We'd be able to market, somebody like you under our brand, so that you're definitely looking at that. All right, so you ready to read?
Wait 1 second. Keep on talking about that. I'm getting ready for you.
Okay, well I'll read this for a minute. Then this is on your book description of of Jordyn. Jordyn is an undeniable, gorgeous woman who attracts every type of man from all races, ages, and statures. What she wants most in life is to be a normal relationship with a man who can find it in their heart to love her for who she is. Her occupation of being a prostitute, among other things, prevents her from living that dream. She grew up in a beyond dysfunctional household, which caused her to go down some roads that she could soon regret. When she meets the very handsome and charming Chance, he shows her a life outside of prostitution, but she finds it sometimes hard to cope with the change of lifestyle, and Chance doesn't make it any easier. She also has a dark secret that she thinks may... Oops, my computer screen blacked out on me. Okay, that she's severed her relationship with Chance for good. Will Jordyn be able to adapt to her new way of life? And even if she does, will Chance be able to accept her secret that he would inevitably find out about? Ooh. Wow. Twist. The twisted Jordyn. All right.
The twisted Jordyn. And I was trying to find something to read for you, but I don't, every excerpt that I see that I would read, I don't think I'd feel comfortable reading it on your show.
Well, we had erotica reader yesterday that she had one page that was pretty cool, and the next page, I think when the detective and the coroner got involved in the closet of where they were doing their the investigation, got really hot, really hot. But it's towards the end of the show, and who knows how long. A deep fan would probably take it deep, because we in like the 3/4 hour of the show. So you're safe to go ahead and read it. Go ahead and help yourself. Let's see what you got. So book.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to try to find something that's a little more tasteful.
Oh, so you go hard in your books then, huh?
I do.
So you don't have a conversation at Jordyn. She's on the street and she's talking to some guy who's trying to downsell her, or Chance is having a conversation with her at a restaurant. Hey, I want you to, I want to take you off the street.
Okay, yes. Here I am. Here I go.
Okay.
I have an alter ego, so My books are totally different from me.
Okay.
But, okay. When I first met Dre, I was 23, working at one of the local McDonald's. I was trying to pay my way through school and save for some other things that I desired. I was tired as hell from working the midnight shift and going straight to school from work. I had been praying for a miracle. Sad to say, my miracle was a pimp who was looking for a hoe. Dre walked into McDonald's around 2 o'clock one morning. We were all half asleep, but when his fine ass walked in, all us women woke up. Dre was Puerto Rican, but in my eyes, he was all nigga. Only a black man could be strapped like he was. I was always attracted to a man with long, beautiful hair. At that time, he wore it slicked back into a ponytail. I was working the register, and the first thing I remembered him doing before saying a word was lick his beautiful lips. "Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you, sir?" Dre grinned and in a low voice said, "You can help me by telling me why a beautiful woman like yourself is spending her nights flipping burgers and dropping fries when you could be somewhere cuddled up with your man." That was the first time Dre ever made me blush, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Well, if I had a man, then I probably wouldn't be working at McDonald's, because any man that was worthy of being my man would know how to treat his woman and wouldn't allow her to work in a place like this. Dre laughed, showing off his sexy dimples. "There probably ain't too many men who know how to handle a woman like you. Your beauty probably intimidates most. I could show you some things that all that beauty could get you, so you don't let it all go to waste. I'll show you how to work it so you'll never have to step foot in another McDonald's, not even to eat. You'll be eating at much finer places when I'm done with you. You just have no idea." And there you go. Dre had won me over that easily. Dre and I exchanged phone numbers after I took his order, and that was my last night working at McDonald's. He molded and trained me into the hoe he wanted and needed me to be. I put more money in his pockets than any of the other hoes on the strip, because I obviously possessed something that they didn't have, and they could never figure out what it was. They always tried to compete, but never could. The first thing I bought with the money I had earned was breast implants, which was one of the things I had been saving for the entire 4 years I had been working at McDonald's. I was tired of being a fine-ass, flat-chested woman. Dre was very proud of what he had created, and even though we didn't always get along, I appreciated him for giving me the confidence I needed to succeed in this business.
All right. So you didn't get nasty on us, I see.
I didn't get nasty.
But good flow, though. Very good flow. I think that's what people want to know. Can you flow with the writing? Because the worst thing to me reading a book is when you pick up on a couple of errors. Because like I said, I was in this business before, and a lot of times I read for punctuation and grammar and content and flow before I start enjoying the book. And once I don't pick up any errors, maybe the first page or two, then I feel comfortable to really read the book.
Right.
Yeah, wow, great. 292 pages. All right.
Well, since it's right, I'm looking at the paper book right now, and it's actually 274.
Okay. That's not bad. All right, well, that's from the publisher herself, Princess of Erotica Books, and that's edition 1, March 15th, 2014 for Jordyn. So Jordyn's going to live on, huh?
Jordyn's going to live on.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Jordyn has some secrets. But you got to read to find out.
That's right. And now I did have a question for you before we let you go, and that was, do you, under your current label, do you see yourself moving into some other type of genre? Maybe just straight up romance, no real graphic stuff, but just the love part, just the love, not the urban part of it.
I write whatever's on my heart. Whatever I'm feeling at that time, that's what I write. If that's part of what I'm feeling, then whatever I'm feeling at that time, that's what I'm going to be good at that time.
All right. And
so one thing I want to get into, though, I want some movies made.
Oh. Well, like the Zane movies, like the series that she does?
I like Zane's books, but I don't like her movies or her shows.
What's wrong with them?
No.
They're not hot enough?
It's just, they're hot, but it's just too much of that and not enough storyline.
Really? Because I thought I saw a couple on where it was a storyline because one of the brothers, I think he's an NFL player. Then one of their boys just got let out of prison, and then he's trying to fit in again. And then one of his boys, I think the one on the bar, run the bar, don't want him around, and not at all. And all of them are having like problems with their women,
Well, you know what? I haven't watched the new show. I watched the first one that she came out with. That came on Cinemax. I can't remember the name of it, but it was maybe because the actors weren't too good. The acting wasn't very good.
Yeah, these are little stiff actors. They're not the best, but they help. Yeah, I guess it help. To being attractive people.
But what I do is I do send out my books every couple of weeks to different people. Most recently, I did send them out to John Singleton. I would love to make a movie with John Singleton.
You think John Singleton would do erotica?
I don't know.
We haven't seen him in a while. We haven't seen him in a while, so he probably take anything.
It don't hurt to try.
Right. Now let me ask you this: so who do you think your book helps?
I think my books help everyone. Mostly women who have gone through a lot of things, just for them to see that even though my books are fiction, I met a lot of people in my life. I've seen people go through a lot in my life. I've been through a lot in my life. So my books actually, even though they're fiction, they do deal with real life stuff that happens to people in real life. So, I mean, women who read it, a lot of women do say they'll send me a message on Facebook or put something on Instagram saying that they could really relate. Women can really relate to them because they have gone through cheating men or them cheating on a man or losing a good man or abuse by a man, a lot of different things. So it puts them in a place where they really relate to the characters.
Okay. Now,
and even writing my books, I get attached to my characters. It might sound strange, but I get attached to my characters.
Now, I was talking to, like I said, I had another erotica author on the other night, and I remember reading somewhere that sex therapists or I guess therapists period that work with couples are introducing erotica books to them to read because like you said, it's a story to it, and if it's well written, and then you have the real hot steamy scenes, it's kind of I guess what you think is doing to couples, as far as helping them.
It stimulates their sex life. A woman could be sitting there reading this book, and then they stop at a park and ready to go to bed, and then they're all hot and bothered, and they're ready to get their groove on with their man.
So even if it's the same guy, like for example, I've been married for 22 years. 22 years. We in our careers, we raising 2 kids, and they up and about all the time, so we don't get the amount of privacy we like all the time. And I have a few friends been married 15, 25 years, and the same thing, because we started with kids a little late. We kind of sometimes you forget about each other once in a blue moon, So you say this book will make you forget about it, even though you're looking at the same person of 22, 25 years. You see something else.
You read some things. You read some of those things, and you get to thinking, and you can't help hormones when they're there. when you're reading, when you're reading, and those hormones get stimulated, even if it's that same man or that same woman that's been there with you for years, you close that book, you're gonna look over, and you need to get some release.
You're like, they're looking good tonight. They don't look like the Dr. no more. They look like Ruth Chris Steakhouse or something like that, right? Yeah, I know what you're saying. Now it's funny you say that. Okay, let's compare that to say a Zane movie. Do you think because people are more prone to look at a movie versus reading a book that the book is more stimulating, or you say movies, the porns and stuff can still be more stimulating because they're more visual. What you think?
I think the books can actually be more stimulating because you can make these characters out to whoever you want them to be. You might not be attracted to the person you see on that Zane show. You might be looking at that and be like, no, I don't like.
Yeah,
but when you're reading the book, even though there's a little description of the character, what the character is like, people are going to put their own face to that character, to someone that they're attracted to. So
yeah, you're right.
I think a book can be more stimulating than actually visual, watching it on TV.
Yeah, that's a good point. Cause you're right. Cause I haven't read an erotica book in years. I don't even think I've.
Oh, you need to read one.
Well, I mean, I did. I just completed one. Befriended somebody on Facebook that was new, and met her through another author. I was checking out her material because I was toying around with the idea to introduce all sorts of genre. I didn't want to be the sort of radio host that won't bring everything into my program. I know people. If you look on my billing, you see that it's erotica or whatever, then you don't have to listen to the show for that day, but there's plenty of other shows you can listen to.
Right.
I just had a children's book author on, and I'm going to have a Christian author on next week. So it's going to be a whole lot that's going to be available for the audiences, and I'm sure my audience is going to be widespread, because it's a big world we in on the internet. But just to say that that I haven't read one, but I used to read magazines where you just basically just reading little interviews. That was about it. How about, remember those short forum digests? I can't remember the name of them, but they were like little forums. They were the size of a Jet magazine, and they had a lot of short stories in them. You remember the name of that?
Oh, okay. I don't
know why I can't remember that, but one of my old girlfriends I used to see, she used to get them all the time, and I used to come over there and read them. And she used to always like to start fights all the time. She was the only person I had that was like that. And after she pissed me off, I was like, man, I'm ready to go home. But then she'd have like a little drink ready, and she said, oh, you should read this story. This is nice. And after we finished watching TV, and next thing you know, it's like I just remember that story. It's like things just start eating up. So you're right. It comes right back to you, too. It seems like it sticks a little longer to me. And it's funny because people always say most people are visual, but like you said, you made a good point. The character you're looking at, they may not be that attractive like some of those girls. They got fake breasts all over the place. It looks good in their clothes, but when you see them naked, it's like they work like plastic.
Right.
And then, you might be attracted to only, body types, and complexion. So that's a very good point. That's excellent. You should be a therapist. Wow.
I was kind of a therapist. I was a teacher.
Oh, right? Get out of here. Yeah, we got a family full of them.
I was a high school English teacher. Wow,
high school. And it's funny you bring that up. I'm actually mentoring to high school students to a school that's in the area where I work, and we actually just had a career day for the kids last week. And tomorrow we having a all-male summit where we're going to sit down and talk to the kids and find out what they want, what they want from us, as professionals. And, so by me, being a mentor, I have access to all types of people from all different walks of life and professions that, they just let me know what they're interested in. I bring that person in and talk to them,
Okay.
But yes, I know what you're going through. Now, so you got Jordyn out there cranking his book out. What's next? You mentioned you're interested in, contacting a couple of directors. If that don't happen, what's next? You ever thought about webisodes?
No, I haven't. I haven't really looked into that.
Oh, check it out. If you get a chance, check out one call. I think it's called Sex On. I forgot how you spell it. I think it's pronounced spelled the same way I pronounce SEXUSION, something like that. If you put it in it, I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube. That was really, really good. It was about this guy that was he was narrating, and he was watching this big screen, and wherever he was sitting in a basement, and it was showing these characters who he was after. He was the devil. And he wanted to destroy. His whole objective was to destroy them with AIDS. So he was hoping that they would just they would just keep having sex with different people, committing adultery, doing this. It was showing all these twists and turns, like everything was going downhill, but it was always a happy ending at the end for some of them.
Oh, okay.
Very interesting. I said I was gonna follow, but I didn't realize it was
check that out.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it was so many of them. I thought I was gonna just catch 3 or 4, but they had a whole string of them. I mean. I think it was 129 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
But they short. I think they're like 20 minutes. They run 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I guess if it was actually filmed like a 2-3 hour movie, you probably could get a whole bunch of 20-minute plots out of that. Yeah, absolutely. So check that out. So you learn something from may want to go down that road. Just find yourself some actors and some strippers and stuff, and get the camera roll. You can shoot on an iPhone. iPhones do everything. All right, Qiana, we really appreciate having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I think you took your whole hour. Did good.
Yeah.
Did good. Not everybody can do an hour, but. But this, it's a lot to talk about when you talk about relationships, sex, erotica, divorce, breakups, togetherness, so much. I mean, of course, a lot of people think a lot of this is taboo, but it's really us. It's keeping those juices and excitement and keep the heat and the passion going. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes a pill not going to do it. Pills don't work on everybody. But that passion, man, I mean, I wish I could talk about what happened to me the other night after finished reading that book, but I'm not going to go there. Wife might get mad when our friends might be listening. But anyway, I'm not going to put out there like that. But
but tempted to get you there.
That's right. Doing a good job out there. Somebody got to do it. We wish you the best, and we want you to come back when you release your next book, or if you decide you're going to do some appearances. Come on out here and join us. We're hoping to do some webinars and get a couple of authors together and have a Q&A with y'all fans. Get your fans to come out, to support you and come on and ask some questions. So if you'd like to do something like that, we'll stay in contact with you. Okay.
All right, and thanks again.
You're welcome. But before you go, you have any final comments you'd like to make to anybody out there, your fans?
You can just make sure you pick up the books, Tempted, the sequel to Tempted, Repercussions, and my newest book, Jordyn, Risque Behavior. The Repercussions is 99 cents for Kindle until 8 o'clock tomorrow Central Standard Time. So I think that's till 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Check out my website at www.authorqianarae.com. And also my Facebook fan page. And I also have a blog. I don't do it daily. I try to do it daily, but I don't. But it's some pretty good stuff on there. That's at QianaRae.blogspot.com.
All right. And they can find that off your website?
They can.
Okay, because I don't remember
seeing that. Did you see that on the website?
I don't remember seeing that on your website. I really didn't.
I thought it was there.
All right, I'm on there now. You have social media. Is it under that?
Mhm.
It is. Okay.
It should be.
Okay, if it's under social media, then they could get to it. Then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, you was talking about your 99 cent deal, but that's all your Facebook stuff, Twitter.
Mhm.
Going all the way down to the bottom is nothing. Hope it's
the
not
blog
there.
stuff's not there. Maybe I haven't updated the website since then.
Yeah.
I started the blog maybe 1-2 months ago.
Okay.
So I have to get on there and update that then.
That's right.
I got so much going on. I can't remember everything.
I know it's tough keeping up all this stuff. So I'm gonna go take your advice, and I'm gonna try to get in a little Instagram once I get a couple other things in place. We gotta get you involved with our newsletter. We have a newsletter. Hold on, matter of fact, hold on line. I'm gonna talk to you about that for a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Qiana Rae. Check her out. She left you all her information, and follow her on Instagram mostly. She doesn't really do Twitter that much, but also hit up on Facebook and follow her blog. I'm Jerry-Royce, and again, we appreciate the ladies, the divas on book tour. Check them out again. It's Qiana Rae, Sandra B. Swangin, and D. Lawrence. They're coming to a town near you, mostly on the East Coast. Take care, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Jerry-Royce. Good night. Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is Jerry-Royce at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.